Could somebody please put that in? A little nasal. I've had a cold for the last couple of days. I really want to share a few things with you. First of all, I want to tell you I think this is absolutely an amazement that we're all here today. And I think it is because when we talk about diversity and inclusion at IPG, we're not saying it's an initiative or it's a target or it's a goal. We're saying it's a way of being. It's a life. It's a commitment. It's the only way it can be. I want to congratulate all of the award participants today and for their agencies and their leaderships that supported them. And equally, I want to really congratulate Yolanda, Jeff, and Nancy, and the teams behind them at Draftfcb that made this a reality. Yolanda told you my name's Laurence Boschetto, and I'm the CEO, and I'm the president of Draftfcb. And I'm here to tell you I'm not black, I'm not female, I'm not Hispanic, I'm not Asian, I'm not 75, but I am a white, post-middle age, bald, gay man. And thank you. And I want everybody in this room and everybody that's watching this to know that within IPG, you can. You can belong. You can feel completely included and have a voice. You can achieve your dreams and make sure that others know to set those goals much higher than you expected. And you will be respected, you will be heard, and you will be valued. Not just for what you do, but more importantly, for who you are and how you show up. So I want to share a story with you. Most of you probably weren't alive at this time, circa 1960. My mother, her name is Tootsie, and yes, she does look like Dustin Hoffman, unfortunately, in the film. She has the high hair and she has those Sophia Loren glasses, and she's now 87, and I begin every day by making a connection, saying hello to her, and I end every night by just checking in to make sure she's okay. And her mother's name was Estherina Matilda Rotondi Francione Boschetto. Now put that on a driver's license. My grandmother taught me one thing, and that was, if anybody disrespects you, if they look you in the eye and they somehow intimidate you, you put up your fists. And then when they're looking at those fists, you kick them in the groin as hard as you can, and you run. So let me tell you something. It's my first day of kindergarten. And this was way long before John Kennedy was dressed the way he was at his father's inaugural event. My mother had me dressed in a blue pair of shorts, a blue blazer, a white shirt, a blue bow tie, blue knee socks, and black shoes. And she told me I was the brightest, the smartest, and the most talented kid in the world. I still live with that in my head. And off I went to kindergarten. And at 12 o'clock, when we were released and all of the other third and fourth graders, they were having their lunch break. They had recess. I walked in that backyard, and for the first time, I got my ass handed to me. I ran home. I took off that suit. I cut it up into a million pieces because I figured she was targeting me for something. But the truth of the matter is, I learned a lot there. I learned that people can be unkind. I learned that the world can be very hard and harsh and judgmental. And I learned that you had to be a step ahead, you had to be a bit more strategic, and you had to believe in the power of yourself and your ability to get beyond whatever hurdles other people put in front of you. It might sound like a Hallmark card, but the reality is when we talk about diversity and we talk about inclusion, to me it's not a business initiative. It is personal. It is something that you need to stand on the line and make people know that you will look in the face of bigotry, hatred, prejudice with an intolerance and a commitment to stamping it out. And that is why I respect IPG and for what they have done. 5 years ago, I had another experience. Fast forward 40 years later. My career was taken off and something really great was about to happen to me. And there was another injustice that occurred. And this time we lived in a world where through the blogosphere things spread and ignited immediately. And I was getting ready to take some definitive actions, and I called up my boss at the time, who was one of my best friends, Howard Draft, and I explained what was going on, and without a single question, he said to me, "I'm 100% behind you. I will support you." And within 5 minutes, it was midnight on January the 5th, I got a call from Mr. Michael Roth. And he said to me, "Do not worry, we will put a group of people behind you, and we will make sure that nothing happens to you." I felt safe, I felt secure, I felt respected, and I felt appreciated by the management team of IPG to step up and to support me when they did not have to. So when we talk about diversity and inclusion, we talk about our companies and the brands that sit within IPG from a human perspective. We are a human organization. Diversity is not something that should just be accepted. It is something, as Michael said, that needs to be celebrated. Inclusion is not something that simply needs to be tolerated. It needs to be the mandate of the day, and it needs to have us open up our arms and embrace that which is different, with the understanding that it will help us elevate our game and make us better. So to every single one of you, I say, find your voice, be strong, be united, drive this change into a momentum, and let IPG gain its place within the Diversity and Inclusion Initiative to become the best in class, not just in the industry, but in every industry across the board. Thank you very much.
Yes.